Okay guys, in this video, I'm going to be showing you how to create the foam objects. Go ahead and go to New and create a standard IPT. We are going to be creating number 5, the blue part. Go to New and we are going to work on the XY plane. From here, I want you guys to make a rectangle like so and 2 squares on each end of that rectangle. I'm going to use my constraints to help me in creating this part. I'm first going to use my coincident constraint to line up the center point of my rectangle with the origin. I'm then going to use my equals constraint, so I'm going to click on the top and the right side, and I know that these two lines will now be equal. I'm now going to click on this line and this left line of my other square. And then I'm going to select this line and the top line of the square. Go ahead and click OK, and let's go ahead and dimension this. Our overall width from left to right is 9 inches. Our overall height from top to bottom is 3 inches. This square is 1.5 inches wide. Because I use my constraints to lock parts in with each other, I don't need to add that many dimensions. Once you have this, go ahead and finish your sketch. We are going to extrude all 3 profiles to 3 inches. We're next going to add a sketch on this top face. Go ahead and click on Project Geometry. Click on this rectangle and this rectangle. Now let's add our own rectangles. And I'm going to click on this corner and lock it in to the midpoint of our rectangle. And from this corner to the midpoint of this rectangle. Because I am projecting my geometry, and because I dimensioned everything previously, I don't need to add any more dimensions. Go ahead and extrude both pillars or both squares to create pillars and make them 3 inches. The last thing we need to add is the semicircle that takes place right here. There are multiple ways to create this, and all of them are the correct way to create them. Here is what I think is the easiest. Create a sketch here. I'm going to create a rectangle right in the middle. I'm going to use my vertical constraint to lock my center point of my rectangle to the center point of the object. I'm then going to choose my horizontal constraint to lock in the midpoint of this line to the center point of this over here. Now I'll add dimensions. This rectangle should be 3 inches wide, and it should be 1.5 inches deep. Once you have that, go ahead and finish your sketch. Extrude it by 1.5 inches. Once you have that, we can go ahead and create our arc. Click on this face and create a sketch. Go to Project Geometry and select this face. Go to Arc, click this corner, and make it tangent with that green line. As you can see, we have an arc, and all we need to do is cut out these corners. Make sure that you just select the corners and not the inner arc or the entire shape. Change the direction and make sure that it is cutting and say OK. Once you have this, go ahead and change the color to blue. And now save this as number 5 blue. Next, let's lay it out on a drawing sheet. Go to New and open your title block. Click on Base and bring in your view. Make sure that you have a front, a top, and a right side view, as well as an isometric. The scale. Change this to 1.5 and then readjust your views and everything looks good. Now let's go ahead and place our dimensions. Our overall width from left to right is 9 inches. Our overall height from top to bottom is 6 inches. And our overall depth from front to back is also 3 inches. Next, add the diameter or radius of this arc. You can place it anywhere outside of the actual arc. It is now your responsibility to add the missing dimensions from the PDF provided on Schoology. Once you have completed your dimensions, make sure that you export this as a PDF and then upload that PDF to Schoology. If you guys have any questions, please let me know, and I'll see you guys in the next video.